Coming up here on Chicago Bears Now, the Iceman, Caleb Williams. Want to dive a little bit deeper into this nickname, the clutchness he's shown this year, and why Bears fans, I think, can be really excited about who they have under center at the quarterback position. And I want to know from you guys, do you guys like the Iceman nickname? Just Iceman? Type Y for yes, type in for no. I think it's pretty cool. I don't like when people give themselves nicknames, which he did not here. We'll talk about the origin of the nickname as well for anyone who may have missed it. But I think it's pretty cool. And who knows? Maybe we'll do some merch, do a little Iceman shirt at some point as well. So if you like the nickname, type Y for yes. If you don't, type in for no. And let's dive into today's show. I'm Harrison Graham. You're watching Chicago Bears Now, the Iceman, the Cole Palmer Selly, which Caleb has been doing, and the nickname came before that, which I do want to get to here in a second. Stick with us, though, because we'll talk about how clutch he's been, and, you know, a stat from Peter Schrager that really caught my attention as well. So we'll get into it all here on Chicago Bears Now. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Let's first talk about the origin of the nickname, because it seemingly came out of nowhere a few weeks back, and I had to double check to make sure, but it really started, I'm guessing, before this post in that locker room. It had started and within the team, but Luther Burden commented on either the Bears post or Caleb Williams, can't remember who it was, who posted this on Instagram and said, Iceman. And then it started to make the rounds, and, you know, Caleb started getting asked about it and the nickname, and Ben Johnson, yada, yada. And Ben Johnson was like, yeah, he's got the ice in the veins. So they've kind of leaned into it a little bit here. And I think it's pretty fitting for the Chicago Bears quarterback, right? Especially now that they have a quarterback who's playing well. It's a fun combination of Bear weather, because that was after that Giants game when it was snowy and windy, and because he's had the clutch gene. He had it last year, and he had some game-winning drives taken away from him by incompetence led by Matt Eberflus. But this year, that clutch gene has been on full display early and often throughout the 2025 NFL season. So I think Iceman fits being in the Windy City. So I think that nickname is probably here to stay when it comes to Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears. Okay. Why has he earned the nickname Iceman? Well, for the clutch standpoint, is he leads the NFL with 6 fourth-quarter comebacks. And it started all the way back in Week 4, which I'd love to play the Raiders again. I don't think it would take the Iceman coming out to win that one. I think they would just handle business. Probably same with Washington, too. But things change over the course of the season. They were able to get that game-winning drive from Caleb in that one, and then sealed it with the Josh Blackwell field goal block in Washington. Obviously was able to drive down, make a couple of clutch throws, and win that game. Cincinnati, I think, was the first major, notable moment. They blow that lead, the defense does, and then Williams hits Colston Loveland on just that piss missile, which he was able to spin off and score a touchdown. When the nickname was born, at least publicly, that was the Giants game where they were down 10 in the fourth quarter, and he led back-to-back touchdown drives. And then, of course, this last one against Green Bay, the most iconic and notable one of all, throwing that touchdown on fourth down to Jahdae Walker to tie the game. And then, of course, the overtime game winner to DJ Moore. And I think one thing that's cool is, other than that Vikings one, which was the fifth one, remember Duvernay popped the return and they ran the ball twice and kicked a field goal or whatever. Obviously, Caleb didn't really do anything in that one. In that moment to win the game. He had good plays throughout the game. But other than that one, he's engineered a lot of these comebacks. I mean, he's been the reason why they've been able to come back down the stretch and win these games, especially against the Bengals, the Giants, and the Packers. So that's been really, really cool to see. And you could just tell that, the heart rate slows down a little bit for him in those moments. He's very comfortable in playing under pressure and in those situations. It's almost like he just thinks less and goes out and plays, and that's very, very exciting to think about in terms of when he just gets better overall and continues to improve, how good this guy could actually be. We'll kind of talk about that aspect of it and a Peter Schrager stat coming up here in just a moment. But we are sponsored by Prize Picks here on today's show. It is the holiday season, the best time of year for sports, bowl games, basketball matchups, playoff pushes. It's all happening at once. And while you and I are out here making decisions every day, what gifts to buy, what to eat, which game to watch, there's one place where it feels good to be right. That is Prize Picks. You can follow other Prize Picks players directly on the app, including me, and copy their lineups in one click. Whether it's a friend, celebrity partner, or just someone whose picks you like, hit the follow button and check out every lineup they create in the new feed tab on Prize Picks. If you go to the feed tab, search at HGramNFL, you will find me. You will find this lineup right there, and you can copy it in one click. I like more than 228 and a half passing yards for Caleb Williams against the 49ers. I also like Christian McCaffrey to score a touchdown, more than half a rushing or receiving touchdown. He's got like 16 total. He's been fantastic. And then Colston Loveland, demon play. I like him to find the end zone as well. $20 lineup to win $85. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use our code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That is code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It is good to be right. All right. Some stats in the big moments that Peter Schrager was able to provide, I think, during the Monday Night Football telecast, or it might have been on NFL Live, I'm not sure, but Schrager pulled these up, and I wanted to kind of dive into them a little bit. He said he's been so good on third down all season. This stat is crazy. He has the most touchdowns and the highest passer rating for any quarterback when trailing on third down plays. He's been so clutch all season. He just had the amazing game versus the Packers. I also love this. How are you going to be at the face of the franchise? The very next morning at 9 a.m., he and Pete Crow-Armstrong, the Cubs player, were out there doing a toy drive and feeding the homeless on Sunday. I like that stuff. That stuff matters. He's maturing as the face of the franchise. And while he was doing that, he was rocking the cheese grater hat, which is just a fantastic look. He's taking pictures with fans and stuff like that. But for the on-field part of it, in the clutch, money downs, third and fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter, tied in fourth quarter, overtime. Like, how are you going to play? Are you going to elevate or are you going to shrink? We know he's clutch. He's done it for 2 years now. He did it all last year again. We don't have to go through every example where he had a big-time clutch moment taken away from him. That's all documented. This year, the team is good enough where it's resulted in 6 comeback victories. And the only time he really failed in that situation was on the road at Lambeau Field. And even in that game, they erased a big deficit, got it tied, and were driving down 7 late. Drove the length of the field, not a 4th and 1, threw a ball a little late. Otherwise, he probably ties that game up as well. So he's very comfortable. He's very confident. The heart rate slows down. He does not get nervous when the moments, when the lights turn on, right? When the bright lights shine, he's ready to go. So the fact that part of it is already there, like, that's franchise quarterback level stuff. Like, do we trust you with the game on the line? And that's why heading into the playoffs, like, if it's close late, you feel like this guy's going to deliver for you. You really, really do. So that's a really, really encouraging sign early in a young quarterback's career, and he absolutely has that it factor. If you are all in on Caleb Williams, show some love, get the 18s going down in the comment section below. You guys know where I stand. I think he's a big-time talent, and he's going to be a big-time player, and in some ways he already is. Now, obviously, over the course of his career, moving forward, I mean, a big emphasis this offseason is just going to be, being more consistent, right? I mean, we want that number to start with the 6 next year in the completion percentage category, certainly. But here's what's big. Caleb is already excellent in the big moments. Imagine what it could look like if he just becomes more consistent, which I think he will. Is he ever going to be a 71% completion guy? I don't know. But if he could be just like in the 63 to 65% and continue to be a guy who doesn't turn the ball over a lot, who makes big plays in the clutch, like, you're going to be looking at one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. Like, you just are. Like, that's what this is going to be if he gets a little bit more consistent. I would say he's already top half of the league, but that next step, next year and, rest of this year is just getting even more consistent throughout the course of the game. Because if he can do that, then the Bears are going to have something really, really special if they don't already. All right, there you go. Caleb Iceman Williams. He's been clutch. Hopefully he can continue to be that the rest of this season. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We will continue to pump out content here on a daily basis. My name is Harrison Graham. Bear down.